Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where in the world you're joining us from. Hi, my name is Rosalie Olmstead. I am the Strategic Partner Coordinator here at Women in Cybersecurity. We often go by our acronym WiCyS because that is exactly what we are, a global cyber sisterhood. It's a pleasure to have you all here today with the Strategic Partner Cisco. But before we dive into today's presentation and before I pass it over to these incredible people, I'd like to give you a quick, brief overview of the WiCyS organization. WiCyS is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity. Our community is made up of over 11,000 members in 103 different countries. We have 72 professional affiliates and 314 student chapters around the world. We offer a range of initiatives and skills development programs for all career levels. Some of our initiatives that are offered year-round include our monthly newsletter, our annual conference that will be taking place in National Harbor, Maryland, March 11th through the 13th, 2026, our fall virtual career fair, which is going to be happening on September 24th, and so much more. Additionally, all of our job openings from our WiCyS strategic partners are available on the Job Board Plus year-round and available to all of our members. Currently, we have applications open for the following programs: our book club, our mentorship program, our security training scholarship, senior leader network, and our vulnerability disclosure program. Please keep an eye out on our other upcoming programs and launches throughout the year. If you have any questions about these specific programs, you can email info@wicys.org. We want to take a moment to thank all of our strategic partners that fund our organization year-round. Our Tier 1 partners being 3M, Akamai, Amazon, Bloomberg, Cisco, Ford Motor Company, Google, Lockheed Martin, Optum, India National Labs, SANS Institute, and SentinelOne. Please feel free to ask questions throughout today's webinar. We're going to be addressing all of them at the end during the Q&A portion. I also want to add that during the webinar, you're going to be asked a few open-ended questions. We would love it if you could drop your answers in that same question box below, so Jamie and Sunanda are able to review them and talk about them during their presentation. And then lastly, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to the WiCyS newsletter to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and programs that take place throughout the year. You can find it at wicys.org in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our presenters from Cisco, Jamie Yu and Sunanda M.
Thank you, Rosalie, for the intro and hosting, and WiCyS for the partnership. I'm excited to be here. My name is Jamie Yu. I am a security architect at Cisco, focusing on securing enterprise data and applications.
Hi, this is Sunanda Rani M. I'm a security engineer, part of InfoSec at Cisco.
In the next hour, Sunanda and I will share our journey in the past 2 to 3 years developing AI apps and using Gen AI technologies. Let's take a quick poll with the audience. Are you an AI app developer, AI user, or both? Please take a moment to answer the poll. I will continue. So artificial intelligence becomes increasingly integrated into application development. Understanding its risks and responsibilities is crucial for developers and users. This session covers an introductory guide to managing AI security aimed at empowering application developers and users with the knowledge and skills necessary to build secure AI applications and to use AI app responsibly.
Here is the agenda for this session. We will start with an overview of AI development, identifying risks unique to generative AI, and recent security issues. We will then cover the characteristics of responsible AI, AI governance policy and processes, practical approaches for building AI applications, and implementing security controls. We will also emphasize responsible AI usage, highlighting ethical considerations and accountability.
I see a lot of you have responded to the poll, and we have About more than half of the audience are AI app users, so you're quite familiar with using AI apps, and some of you are AI app developers. We will cover both topics in this session. We will also conclude with relevant resources to support your ongoing learning and enhancement of AI security practices. So join us to explore what we have learned and tried using AI apps and building secure AI applications. So let's get started. All right, in this session, I will cover an overview of AI development, identifying risk unique to or exacerbated by the development and use of generative AI, and some recent security issues we're seeing. Generative AI apps that can create answers in natural language or works of visual art are the hottest new tools in the last 2 to 3 years. But believe it or not, this Webster cartoon from 100 years ago sort of predicted the AI revolution we're seeing right now. This cartoon was interesting because it was initially just commenting on the ways in which electricity was becoming the mainstream in American homes. The percentage of Americans who had electricity in the home jumped from 35% in 1920 to almost 70% by the end of the decade. And Webster cartoon in 1923 imagined that the cartoonist of the year 2023 would be able to use machines to create his art, giving the human unlimited amount of leisure time. This vision has become a reality today in a much broader way than it was originally imagined. In 1955, a group of researchers led by John McCarthy submitted a conference proposal that introduced the term artificial intelligence. Since that moment, the community of researchers haven't stopped developing ways to enable machines to perform tasks that would otherwise require human intelligence. The launch of ChatGPT in late 2022 brought AI, specifically generative AI, to the mainstream. AI today is as revolutionary as the electricity 100 years ago, if not more. While electricity established the foundational infrastructure for modern living, Gen AI is pushing the boundary of creativity and automation, presenting new opportunities and challenges for the future. In this global cybersecurity outlook from the World Economic Forum, 66% of organizations see AI as the biggest cybersecurity game changer in 2025, but only 37% of them have safeguards to assess AI tools before use. This NIST guideline outlines these 12 specific risks unique to or intensified by generative AI. You can read more about each risk in the NIST article. Keep in mind that all these risks should be considered early on in our planning phase for AI projects. There are a few risks that are most common in the AI apps that I have reviewed in my work as InfoSec architect. For example, number 2, confabulation, also known as hallucination, and we're all quite familiar with AI hallucination. Number 4, data privacy, and number 10, intellectual property are also common data risks in AI, where the AI model or service is leaking or disclosing sensitive PII data, company secrets, or source code. Some of the risks might be more relevant than others in your particular fields. In my field of information security, for example, Gen AI increased the attack surface and introduced new targets like the training data and model weights. Gen AI also has lowered the barriers for discovery and exploration of vulnerabilities, So cyber attacks like hacking and phishing are much easier and more automated. Data breaches continue at a historical level today. Here's a graphical depiction of generative AI data leak. Take number three, use of third-party AI services. For example, researchers have found a wide spectrum of data shared by employees through generative AI tools, such as Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, etc. Using unsanctioned Gen AI tools can pose a high risk of exposing customer data, employee data, legal finance security data, as well as source code. So today, AI is moving rapidly toward greater efficiency, broader accessibility, and deeper integration into everyday life and business. Among the recent developments in AI agents are becoming more autonomous, moving beyond just the simple chatbots to performing complex tasks, summarizing data, and interacting with various data sources and tools. Here is an example of AI agent built in Microsoft Copilot Studio, which is a low-code and no-code AI platform. It lets users to build AI agents known as copilots within the Microsoft 365. These are screenshots of a real chat between a human in the blue icon on the right and the Copilot agent on the left. When asked about receipts, the Copilot agent retrieved the data and provided details of customer orders, including names, emails, costs, and more. Uh, this turned out to be a misconfigured AI agent that exposed the Copilot chat interface to the internet without any authentication. Researchers have discovered these exposed AI agents in recent months in several multi-billion-dollar companies and successfully extracted sensitive financial data. So this is a common security vulnerability manifested in new technologies like AI agents. Here's a screenshot of a blog from Invariant Labs on MCP tool poisoning attacks. MCP is an open standard that allows AI models to access external data sources and tools. Think of it as a universal connector for AI systems, like a USB port on your device. This tool poisoning attack occurs when malicious instructions are embedded within MCP tool descriptions, which are invisible to users but visible to AI models. So these hidden instructions can manipulate AI models into performing unauthorized actions without user awareness. So the core vulnerability here is the trust in tool descriptions and prompt injection in AI agents, sort of a variation of a confused deputy problem, which is the fundamental security cause for many software vulnerabilities we've seen in the past. These are just a few examples of AI vulnerabilities and the impact of AI on existing security paradigms. Next, we will explore AI governance, focusing on the frameworks and policies essential for ensuring ethical and secure AI adoption. Let's start a new poll.
Yeah, before we move on to AI governance, let's answer this poll. Does your organization have a process in place to assess the security of AI tools before deploying them? Okay, yeah, I see many of you have some of the processes in place already. Let's dive into it. What is AI governance? It's an important topic as AI becomes central to business operations. AI governance is the comprehensive framework ensuring the ethical and responsible use of artificial intelligence within organizations. It's about how we manage and guide AI from conception to deployment. The power of AI brings incredible opportunities but also significant responsibilities. Without proper governance, we face unintended consequences like bias, privacy breaches, or even system failures. Therefore, a key aspect of AI governance is to establish clear processes to ensure AI systems are safe and consistently aligned with our organizational values. This means integrating safety checks and ethical considerations into every stage of AI development. Beyond internal safety, AI governance is crucial for external relationships as well. It helps us to build robust principles and guidelines to maintain stakeholder trust and ensure compliance in AI implementation. Stakeholders here include our customers, employees, partners, and regulators. They need to trust that our AI is not only effective but also transparent, fair, and secure. In essence, AI governance is not a barrier to innovation, it's the foundation for responsible innovation. By proactively establishing these frameworks, processes, principles, and guidelines, we can harness the full potential of AI while ensuring it serves our organization and society safely, ethically, and with integrity. Let's take a look at real time use cases where AI governance is strictly needed. It's crucial for ensuring that AI systems in sectors like healthcare and financial services are not only effective but also safe, ethical, and trustworthy. In healthcare diagnostics, AI governance ensures that medical imaging models are trained on unbiased, high quality data. This is important for reducing misdiagnosis risks and enabling early detection by identifying abnormalities that might be invisible to the human eye. It also guarantees the ethical use and protection of sensitive patient data, building trust in AI powered medical tools. Similarly, in fraud detection within financial services, AI governance ensures that banking fraud detection systems use fair and transparent algorithms. This approach is important for building trust with customers and ensuring strict compliance with complex fintech regulations like EU GDPR, California CCPA, and US GLBA that requires financial institutions to protect personal data and provide privacy policies. Robust AI governance in key sectors like this serves as the foundation for responsible innovation, ensuring individual safety and industry integrity. Now, let's take a look at responsible AI principles. These are some of the principles that we follow. Transparency. Most of the time, it's not clear to users when and how AI is used or involved in decision making. Transparent practices such as informing users when AI is being used to make decisions that affect them in a consequential way build trust in the use of the technology and give users more choice in how they interact with technology that leverages AI. Fairness. AI systems have the potential to both amplify harmful human biases and offer opportunities to better understand and address discrimination for more equitable outcomes. Using training data that accurately represents the diversity of individuals and groups along with thorough testing across different demographic, linguistic, and geographic groups helps promote fair and inclusive results. Proactively identifying and correcting harmful bias in algorithms, data, and applications is crucial to ensuring decisions do not negatively impact individuals or groups' rights. Let's take a look at accountability. Accountability throughout the AI lifecycle is essential, requiring responsible development, deployment, and oversight to ensure AI solutions are used appropriately and as intended. Implementing governance, controls, and impact assessments help manage risks related to privacy, security, and human rights. Privacy. When AI applications use personal data, it's crucial to design privacy controls that ensure data is used lawfully, aligns with its intended purpose, and respects fairness and proportionality. Privacy enhancing features and protection should be built into AI technologies from the beginning throughout the entire life cycle of the solution. Security. AI systems must be developed with robust security measures and resilient design, including rigorous testing against cyber attacks and protections for the privacy, integrity, and confidentiality of personal data. Reliability. AI solutions must be systematically tested and engineered to ensure they deliver reliable, accurate, and consistent results across different data sets. For applications with high risk or safety implications, extra validation, testing, and controls are required to maintain reliability. Here is the source for Cisco Principles for Responsible AI, which will be shared even at the end. AI impact assessments are essential for responsibly managing the introduction and integration of AI technologies into the systems. These assessments help organizations to evaluate risks, understand implications, and ensure that AI solutions align with ethical, legal, and organizational standards. Here are the broad three types of assessments: use case, model, and vendor. Whenever a new AI use case is being built or integrated, it's important to assess how the AI will be used, who it will affect, and what risks or benefits it may bring. This step ensures that potential issues such as fairness, privacy, or security are addressed early in the development process. Model AI impact assessments. There are various types of models: homegrown, commercial, open source models. For homegrown AI models, assessment focuses on the design, data, and intended outcomes. Fine tuning third party models involves evaluating both the original model and any modifications to ensure alignment with organizational requirements and risk tolerance. And for open source or commercial models, organizations need to verify the model's reliability, transparency, and compliance with internal as well as external standards. And the last one is vendor AI impact assessment. Introducing a new vendor or third party applications with AI features also require careful evaluation. This involves assessing not only the technology itself, but also the vendor's practices regarding privacy, data protection, and ongoing support, ensuring that any third party AI aligns with the organization's policies and values. By applying these assessments across use cases, models, and vendor solutions, organizations can better manage risks, improve transparency, and support responsible AI adoption. Let's take a look at risk treatment process. So after the assessments are done, the risk treatment process in AI governance, this focuses on identifying, assessing, and managing risks linked to AI systems at every stage of life cycle. As part of the first step, initial review, a risk assessment will be done, and then the risks will be categorized into clear ratings like very high, high, medium, and low. The red, dark red is very high, and the red is high, yellow is medium, and blue is low. So this is how the risks can be categorized based on the impact and probability metrics. This structured approach supports informed decision making and ensures that the most significant AI risks receive appropriate attention and risk management. Risks also can be reduced by applying technical and procedural controls that minimize either their likelihood or their potential impact on AI systems. Depending on the risk score, different strategies may be used, like transferring risk to another party, such as through insurance, or accepting the risk if it falls within the tolerance level, or avoiding the risk entirely by changing or discontinuing certain activities. Now, let's take a look at some of the high risk AI use cases. So these are some of the high-risk use cases that involve applications where errors or misuse could result in significant impacts, such as safety, legal, financial, or human rights consequences. These use cases require enhanced scrutiny, including comprehensive risk assessment, as we talked about, and stricter controls and additional validation or testing to ensure responsible deployment. Let's take an example of agentic AI, which can make autonomous decisions and take actions without direct human intervention. Thus, it introduces unique risks related to unpredictability and loss of human control. Such systems raise concerns around accountability, as it can be challenging to trace or explain decisions made by highly autonomous AI. Ensuring robust oversight, clear boundaries, and effective fail-safe is critical to managing risks and maintaining safety, ethical standards, and compliance when deploying agentic AI. Another example is the last one, AI-powered medical diagnosis and treatment recommendations. AI-powered systems in medical diagnosis and treatment can enhance accuracy and efficiency, supporting healthcare professionals with data-driven insights and faster decision-making. These applications also introduce important risks such as potential bias in training data, errors in recommendations, and challenges in ensuring transparency and explainability of AI decisions. Strict validations, regulatory compliance, and ongoing human oversight is essential to ensure that AI powered medical tools are safe, reliable, and serve to augment, not replace, the expertise of healthcare providers. Let's take a look at third party cloud provider governance. Security, privacy, and AI impact assessments are recommended on the cloud vendor. We always should align service architecture to ensure AI solutions fit seamlessly within existing technology environments and support long term business goals. Drive reuse by leveraging proven components and frameworks, increasing efficiency and consistency across AI initiatives. Evaluate security posture to identify and address potential vulnerabilities, protecting systems and data from threats. Evaluate legal and privacy impact to ensure compliance with regulations and safeguard users' personal information. Identify and remediate risks early to support responsible AI deployment and minimize adverse impact.
All right. In this session, I will go over some common ways to bring our our data to AI models, walk through some example AI app design, threat modeling exercise, and security enhancements. I will also give you a few resources to help you understand the AI security requirements so you can incorporate the security controls into AI apps. We know generative AI application introduce unique security challenges that require a combination of traditional best practices and AI-specific security strategies. So my InfoSec colleagues and I set out to become early adopters of Gen AI. Playing with the OpenAI GPT models in 2023, we quickly realized that there are challenges of using LLMs. These foundation models are powerful out of the box, but they were not trained with the specific knowledge needed to respond properly to our prompts. They can't account for current events or private data. To overcome this limitation, we need to supply our own data. So these are four common ways to do it, listed from highest to lowest cost. Number one, we can develop a new model using our own data. This option involves the most significant investment in terms of resources, expertise, and financial allocation, making it out of reach for AI adoption among many teams. Number two, we can fine-tune a foundation model with our own data. This is common especially if we want to develop a niche AI product for the market. It can be expensive and requires large amounts of data for training and testing, time and expertise. Number three, we can add our own data in the system prompts as context to an LLM. This technique is known as retrieval augmented generation and is now commonly used by AI application developers today. In the case of an AI agent, the agent can use tools to bring more data from the internet or other connected systems. Number four, we can train our users to write better prompts and supply their own data in the user prompt. This doesn't require any developer expertise, but the effectiveness may vary from user to user. It offers more flexibility to our users, but is ad hoc, not repeatable, and not scalable. So within Cisco, we see all four options being used for various use cases. I will talk more about option number three from my own experience. Retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, is a technique to retrieve data from outside of a foundational model and use that data to augment the input prompts to a model to generate the output. Compare the standard prompt on the left side to the RAG prompt on the right side. You can see that there's additional context included in the prompt for LLM. So using both parametric knowledge and the context data, AI can generate responses with greater precision. For example, I'm sharing here the architecture diagram of an AI chatbot app that we built as a POC project more than a year ago. Users can interact with the AI chatbot to ask about InfoSec policy requirements and security implementation guidance. Users can also ask for the known security risks in any business application and or open a Jira ticket to track remediation for those risks. Our project features a web chat interface, an agent that orchestrates multiple tools to carry out various functions based on user inputs, with backend API connection to LLMs and the data sources. The entire application runs in a Docker container that can be deployed to any container platform. This is a threat modeling exercise for our AI app. Threat modeling for AI applications introduces unique challenges comparing to the traditional applications, primarily due to AI's reliance on data-driven models. The attack surface in AI applications includes the data pipeline, model training, and API. In addition to the traditional application and the system layer, AI applications can be vulnerable to attacks on training data, model parameters, and output integrity. For example, here prompt injection happens when input from the user, such as a chat message sent to a chatbot, tricks the LLM into performing unintended actions. The AI chatbot interface makes it easier to inject malicious prompts that could otherwise override the system prompts. This type of attack on LLMs has been reported by researchers in the field as early as 2022. So once we identify the vulnerabilities in our AI app, we can then implement additional controls to address these vulnerabilities before production use. So here's our initial list of security enhancements for our AI app based on our own use case. First, we restricted user access to our AI app interface with SSO integration. Obviously, user authentication is important. Role-based access control is recommended if there are segregated workflows in the app for different groups of users. We also limited AI access to the backend data sources by using the least privileged roles. For example, in the backend CMDB, we created a separate table with only the data needed for the LLM to retrieve as a read-only user. This reduces the data exposure and potential risk of modification of data through our AI app. Next, we created automated testing scripts to check the AI output for consistency and accuracy. At the time we were using OpenAI GPT 3.5 model, we quickly learned that AI output is not always consistent and accurate. We didn't implement the last two items on the list since it was just a POC project. Nonetheless, input sanitization and output filtering are the necessary controls in production AI apps. I have listed here a few commercial tools if your app is developed in AWS, GCP, or Azure. Cisco AI Defense is also available. There are some open source tools as well. Last but not the least, always maintain audit logs for all AI model interaction to trace breaches in case of incident investigation. Here's a great resource that you can leverage in threat modeling your own Gen AI apps. In 2023, the Open Web Application Security Project, OWASP, which is a nonprofit organization, released the initial top 10 most critical vulnerabilities in LLM applications to inform people about the potential security risks when deploying and managing LLMs. This list has been updated in 2025, but here's the latest list. Among the OWASP top 10, prompt injection is listed as the top most critical ones, followed by sensitive information disclosure. The OWASP website has detailed information about each vulnerability, prevention and mitigation strategies, and attack scenarios. We'll provide all these links to you at the end. For those of you interested in understanding more on offensive tactics used in attacks of AI/ML, the Atlas Matrix on MITRE website breaks down each one with more details, including mitigation guidelines. This is an overview chart to show the progression of these tactics used in attacks from the left side to the right side. When executed successfully, these attacks can lead to data loss, service disruption, and system compromise. And we know these attacks are happening, in the real world today. Within Cisco, our product security experts have included in security baselines many AI/ML security requirements. Here's a few examples of such requirements. There are requirements to govern and protect AI/ML training, data, sanitize input and validate output data, secure AI/ML infrastructure, register all use cases of AI, and mitigate threat against operating AI/ML systems. Because AI technologies are still evolving, we may see new risks and new requirements. As we learn more and understand these risks and security requirements, we can incorporate AI security controls early on in our own AI app. Uh, we've covered at high level building secure AI apps as a developer. Next, we will talk about using AI responsibly as a user.
As AI technologies rapidly evolve and become deeply integrated into our daily lives and businesses, the question we must ask ourselves is not just what AI can do, but how it should be used. Using AI responsibly is critical to unlocking its benefits while safeguarding against risks like bias, privacy violation, and unintended harm. Here are the key pillars of AI readiness. Focusing on these pillars ensures organizations can successfully adopt, scale, and manage AI initiatives responsibly and effectively. Establishing a clear AI strategy that aligns organizational goals with AI initiatives, ensuring that investments and efforts drive meaningful business outcomes. Infrastructure. Robust and scalable technology infrastructure is essential to support AI development, deployment, and ongoing operations. High quality, accessible, and well governed data forms the foundation for effective AI models and accurate insights. Governance. Strong governance frameworks that help manage risk, ensure compliance, and provide oversight across all stages of the AI lifecycle. The next one is talent. Building and retaining a skilled workforce with expertise in AI, data science, and related fields is critical for successful implementation and innovation. Culture. Fostering a culture that embraces change, encourages experimentation, and supports ethical AI adoption accelerates readiness and organizational transformation. Here is the AI readiness assessment tool that will be shared in the resources section as well, which helps your organizations to assess their preparedness across essential areas for AI adoption. By using this tool, you can identify strengths and gaps in these areas that helps to guide your next steps for successful AI integration. Why responsible AI matters in today's world? AI now plays a powerful role in shaping outcomes that directly impact people's lives, including decisions in healthcare, finance, education, and more. However, with this influence comes serious risks. AI can unintentionally create bias, leading to unfair or discriminatory results. It can contribute to the spread of misinformation at scale. These risks highlight why responsible AI development and use are so important. Transparency about how AI systems work and the data they use helps build trust with users and stakeholders. Establishing clear accountability, continuous monitoring for bias or errors, and promoting fairness are critical steps to ensuring AI benefits everyone and avoids causing harm. Ultimately, responsible AI practices not only reduce risk but also foster confidence and reliability in AI technologies as they become more integrated into our daily lives. There are many of the ethical concerns. Now, how do we address them? As AI becomes more influential, addressing these concerns is crucial for responsible deployment. Transparency ensures that users understand how AI makes decisions, fostering trust and accountability. Fairness is about creating systems that treat everyone equally without favoring or discriminating against any group. Privacy requires strong safeguards to protect individuals' personal information from misuse. Accountability means having clear responsibility for AI outcomes so issues can be addressed promptly. Security is essential to defend AI systems and data from cyber threats and unauthorized access. Tackling bias and discrimination is crucial to prevent AI from amplifying unfair treatment. By prioritizing these concerns, organizations can build AI systems that are ethical, trustworthy, and beneficial to all. End of the day, you are responsible for using AI apps. Start taking initiative to build and enhance your AI related skills. There are many courses available on Coursera, LinkedIn, and there are many trainings are also available. Develop comprehensive understanding of AI associated risks and challenges and how to address those risks. Always validate AI generated output before using it. Every organization has approved AI tools and applications at work. Use only those tools that are appropriate. Ensure proper protection of personal and sensitive data. Never enter personal or sensitive data into the AI tools. Take ownership of responsible use of AI applications. Here are some of the examples of acceptable and unacceptable usage. AI can be used to summarize documents or meetings, and it can also be used to get some ideas for brainstorming or to perform some of the low risk tasks or repetitive tasks. But it's not acceptable in some cases, like feeding private or confidential data into unapproved AI tools, trusting AI output without validation. So always validate the output and solely relying on AI for important decisions. Now let's take a poll on if you have any of the unacceptable usage scenarios.
So, viewers, I just wanted to pop in. We are going to do this as an announcement. So, you're going to see that question across the bottom of your screen right now. And please feel free to drop your responses to this question in the question box below.
Yeah, let me repeat the question again. What are other unacceptable AI use cases that you have encountered? Yeah, pretty much these are the top three unacceptable use cases that we have to keep in mind. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah, we have always seen there are many security incidents or data incidents or phishing or spam emails that are on raise. Data incidents such as unauthorized access, data breaches, or misuse of sensitive information can significantly undermine trust in AI systems and organizations. These incidents may expose personal data, intellectual property, or proprietary algorithms, leading to privacy violations, regulatory consequences, and reputational damage. If protected data is lost, stolen, or improperly handled, or if you witness unauthorized access attempts, you should immediately report to your organization's incident response team. Security incidents, AI security incidents that can include attacks such as prompt injection, where adversaries can manipulate model outputs by injecting malicious instructions, or training data poisoning, where attackers corrupt training data to cause incorrect or biased AI behavior. Other AI related security risks involve privacy attacks, supply chain attacks, targeted AI model integrity, and denial of service attacks aimed at overwhelming AI systems. AI chatbots and agents can introduce new risks such as distributing malicious content, leaking sensitive data, or performing unintended actions if exploited by attackers. Even these security incidents need to be immediately reported. With AI, phishing and spam emails are becoming smarter and harder to spot, and more convincing than ever. They leverage precision targeting and realistic content to bypass even traditional defenses. AI enables attackers to create more convincing, personalized phishing emails and automate attacks at scale. Attackers use AI chatbots and machine learning to correct spelling errors, tailor messages using data from social media and other sources, and automate large scale phishing campaigns. You should report suspicious phishing or spam emails again to your organization's security team immediately.
Before we end the session, we'd like to provide you with some resources. You can see those links in the announcement.
Follow your company policies on AI governance and data security, and follow industry frameworks like ISO 42001, NIST AI Risk Management Framework, and EU Artificial Intelligence Act. Here is the reference to Cisco's responsible AI framework and the AI readiness assessment tool that we talked about that can help to assess the preparedness of organizations.
And develop secure AI apps by leveraging resources from OWASP and MITRE. Consider AI risks early on during planning phase of development lifecycle. Implement AI-specific security controls to safeguard AI apps in production. Incorporate AI ML requirements into your product security baseline.
Cisco is committed to securing artificial intelligence technologies and ensuring that AI solutions are safe and reliable. Learn more about responsible AI principles on Cisco AI security website. Get started with AI using available online resources such as the Coursera course. You can start with AI for everyone and keep up with the latest developments in AI technologies.
As AI developers and users, we have shared our journey and lessons learned from the last 2 to 3 years. AI technologies are still evolving rapidly. The whole software development field is undergoing significant changes as we see AI make software development more accessible to everyday users. Instead of using traditional programming languages, AI assisted users are using English to create apps, like so-called vibe coding. Today, most applications are written by professional software developers, but we will see more applications written by AI and designed by regular users. There will be more powerful models and AI agents that can write more complex applications and tools. So no doubt about it. There will be new challenges and new risks in this field. We're hoping that these basic guidelines we shared can be a starting point to support your ongoing learning and using of AI technologies in a productive, secure, and responsible way. We're now open for Q&A.
Thank you both. It has been a pleasure to follow that presentation. And thanks for providing all of those resources. I know I'm a person that really enjoys looking and referencing everything later after presentations are done. So appreciate that, putting that all in one spot. I wanted to give you an opportunity because you asked the question earlier. What are some other unacceptable AI use case scenarios? There were a few that popped in through the chat, and I just wanted to give you a chance to review those because I know you both have been presenting. So some of the examples were deep fakes, cheating on tests, sending emails with, about a problem that doesn't exist, and then different cheating in academic AI systems. So I wanted to just give a chance to circle back to that one really quick. And then we'll take one of the first questions, which is, how are most organizations managing AI tools today? Allowing them assessing tools when usage arises, or are we blocking and only allowing tools we approve?
I think we covered some of those in the AI governance session. We've passed the pivot point to where we can block these tools. I think everyone would probably agree that people are using these tools, people are using AIs, whether you allow them or not. That's why it's very important, as we covered in the AI governance and using AI responsibly, is for organizations to establish early on AI governance using well-known frameworks and start embracing the technology and putting more guardrails and processes in place to safeguard the usage.
Sananda, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, pretty much she covered.
Perfect. And then the next question is, from your perspective, what's the most overlooked security control when deploying generative AI in production?
That's a good question. We covered quite a few AI product the risks, and there are a lot of resources out there. I will share some of my personal challenges right now in taking AI apps into production. I think the biggest challenge right now for me is making sure that there's proper authentication and authorization for accessing AI tools and agents. And if we look at those data breaches that happened in the past, a lot of it is kind of confuse the deputies or data that's being leaked from AI agents and tools, and we definitely need to put guardrails at the front end to make sure that those data access, authentication, and authorization are in place in these AI apps. Samantha, you can.
Yeah. So I would like to add there. So most of the times we assume that normal application security controls holds good for AI applications, which is not true. There are many other things that needs to be taken care. We have already seen OWASP top 10 risks, right? So that's very important to take care. And main thing is, as Jenny mentioned, authentication and most importantly, authorization. That's the key, because some of the AI models, if those things are not taken care, they will have access to many other layers, so which would be like overly looked usually.
Thank you both. And the next question is, what should be considered for security of AI/agent memory?
Oh, that's a very technical question.
It is.
Good question. So when I think about AI agent memory, it's like, are we securing access to who can modify the memory in the AI agent? Right, we need to restrict that access, and also think about how we can prevent, like memory poisoning. Uh, this is not specific to AI, but traditional application also has that issue. But in the case of AI agent, it's still a piece of software. So securing the access and safeguarding the input and output is probably the starting point.
Thank you. And next question is, what are executives' expectations when it comes to the external audit function of the AI used in the company?
Oh, great. I don't think I'm at this level to answer question about executive expectations. I would challenge everyone to go back to your management and see what their expectations are. Um, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, and it's evolving, right? So yeah, definitely it's there is no concrete answer, at least from our view.
I can say uh, executives know users are using AI technologies. What they don't want to see, they typically want to enable, kind of productivity improvement by using these AI technologies. What they don't want to see typically is showing up on the newspaper headline as data breach happens because of these, right? So we still need to keep that in mind, that security is still the very important in these new technologies.
We are coming to the end of the webinar, so I'm going to only be able to ask one more question. So everyone else who has submitted them, thank you for getting them in. If you'd like to connect, do that. You need to have their LinkedIn's on the screen right now, so you're able to connect with them that way if you'd like to continue the conversation. But as the last question is, what tools or coding languages are used to mitigate the AI security problems? Are there specific libraries used? Is there any resource you want to really draw attention to for that question specifically out of the list that has been provided?
That's a good question. I I I don't think there is a specific like coding language that can mitigate AI security problems. There is news that just came out of DEF CON that talks about, I think, talks about a DARPA was funding some projects, and they just announced a winner who developed models, AI models, to detect software vulnerabilities and provide patches. So in a few weeks, hopefully, we will see those project winners release those open source tools and to help with identifying more security vulnerabilities in software. So I'm really excited about that announcement, and yeah, keep your eyes on those.
Wonderful. I just want to say again, thank you both, Jamie and Sunanda, for taking time out of your day to go over AI security and the essential guide for all of the viewers. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining us. And again, thank you both to our presenters. This was spectacular.
Thank you, everyone, for your
Thank you,
participation.
everyone.